There are just so many videos on YouTube that I used to think that it would be impossible to find the worst one. But when I started this channel, I realized that there were a lot of videos that I'd consider some of the worst stuff that could ever be put on this website. And today is probably the worst one I've ever seen, especially from such a big channel. If you run a 5 million plus subscriber channel, then I kind of assume that you might realize what kind of videos are okay to post and which ones could ruin everything for you. Before getting into this, let me remind you guys not to go after or harass anybody in this video, even though I think you guys all know that, you know? Just because I want to be careful with that new YouTube policy change that we talked about in the last video. So yeah, just don't go after anybody in this video. Who takes the cake for the worst video I've seen in the whole website? ImJayStation. With his video, we bought a slave off the dark web. Very scary. Yeah, that's the actual title, guys. I'm not really sure why that's the title, because, well, I know why it's a title, because that's exactly what happens in the video. I'm not sure why he made it, but that's the title, that's what happens in the video. And you know, I've mentioned before that all dark web videos on this site are pretty much fake, and all staged with really bad acting. And that still holds true in this regard. This is definitely a fake video. Let's suspend our disbelief and take this video as Jay intended it to be taken, to his, younger audience, as they would not know that this kind of skit is fake. So let's just look into this video together. Come on, guys. Oh, and as always, I wanted to stop the video real quick and ask you guys to like and subscribe. As a small YouTuber, those two things make all the difference, and let me know that you guys really enjoy the video. Thank you so much. Now let's get on to this.
I ordered everything possible from the dark web, guys. Even my girlfriend came from the dark web, guys. But during all of these dark web videos, I've noticed that there's actually been slaves for sale on the dark web, guys. Actual slaves that people can buy to do everything for them, guys. Obviously, I do not support slavery at all, guys. So tonight we are going to buy one of these slaves and set him free, guys. Let's smash the like button right now. Let's hit 40,000 likes. This is gonna be crazy, guys. Normally they take slaves and do horrible things to them, guys. That's why tonight we are saving one of their lives, guys.
Whoa. Okay. There was so much to unpack there that I don't even know where to start, honestly. First off, apparently this isn't the first time that he's been trying to convince his fans that he bought a human being off the dark web. He bought his girlfriend on there too? What? Like, Jay, is your game that bad? Come on, dude. We've all been rejected once or twice before, but usually we just go back home and start swiping on Tinder, rather than going and buying one on the dark web. What's next? I couldn't bother with Uber Eats, so I bought all my food from the dark web? Like, come on, man. There are alternatives in life that don't involve buying sketchy things off the black market. But then he says something even more ridiculous. He says, I don't support slavery, so we're gonna buy a slave and set him free. Now, first off, my biggest problem with that statement is not only is buying people illegal, and slavery is definitely also illegal in most reputable countries, why would you choose to buy someone off the internet rather than, I don't know, calling the police? Like, is the clickbait that good that you have to pretend to commit multiple felonies to bring in the views? Like, I don't know how many people are searching for this kind of video. I can't imagine it's that much. I can't imagine this is some kind of like genius move within the algorithm. So I just can't understand why he'd even do this. But let's just take a look at what actually happens in the video.
Alright guys, so this dark web website is called Slavery Palace, and it says all slaves are $10,000. Each slave is guaranteed to follow every one of your orders, whether you beat them or not.
Hey bro, you're really gonna pay $10,000 for one of these?
I have to pay that, guys. In order to set them free, we're gonna have to come up with $10,000 cash. Wait, this is definitely worth it, and we're saving somebody's life.
That's true, because if we save someone's life, a human's life is worth way more than any amount of money.
Exactly, guys. Human life is priceless. But on this website, it only looks like there's 3 different slaves here. Slave number 476, slave number 397, and slave number 522.
Why don't they have names? Why are they numbering them? Is that how many slaves they have?
I know, they at least have 522. That would mean. Why are these the only ones available?
Like the first one right here says slave 476. You want to read the description for us?
It says taken directly from Zimbabwe at birth. This slave is very well trained at manual labor and will not resist your commands. Requires little to no food or sleep. Will work for days on end without sleeping.
Are you serious? They're torturing these people.
What the frick? What's with that face mask, guys? So we got one little hole you can see out of.
Oh my god, they're doing a lot to these people. They're not giving them food, sleep, or anything.
What the heck, guys? Apparently this one got captured from Zimbabwe.
Look at this one. It says slave 522. It says the slave was taken from Vietnam at age 13. It also says he has little to no memory of his previous life or family. Will work in extreme heat and low temperature without problems. And it also says, please no, due to frequent complaining, we have sewed slave 522 mouth shut. This slave cannot talk. But don't worry, that means they sewed his mouth shut so he can't even eat or like talk.
How does he eat, guys? I definitely don't want a slave that can't talk.
What in the world is even going on here? Not only did they think of this and film it, but they set up a fake website as well. How did no one stop him at some point along the way and tell him that this was an awful idea? I mean, his friend is in the video with him, and I'm not sure how he pulled that off. I'd imagine the average person would say no way when asked to be in this kind of grotesque video. How do you convince somebody to join you on this? And they even wrote out little descriptions too. Like the amount of detail they put into this, way too much effort. It's too much. To top it off, the way that the clip ended, with Jay reading the description and saying that he doesn't want a slave that can't talk, what a disgusting thing to say. If he was trying to rescue somebody, like he said earlier, then let me ask you this. Why wouldn't he want to rescue the one with their mouths sewed shut that they both just said, how does he eat? He can't eat. Even in the continuity of this video, it doesn't make sense. And that's saying something, because a lot of things in this video don't make sense, but that one makes no sense, and it's kind of weird and kind of disgusting. But I guess that it wouldn't make a good enough video, because how's the person going to be super creepy if they can't talk, you know? Because that's how all of his videos go. They say some creepy lines and they run around. And it's just weird. But regardless, Jay pushes on anyway, and they decide to rescue one of the other ones. One of the ones with their mouth, you know, open, able to talk.
What the freak, guys? Jeez, he's there. Hello? What the freak, guys? Dude, he's not even wearing a shoe, guys.
I only found one.
What do you mean you only found one? What are you doing? Guys, he's like acting super weird. What are you doing with the lint roller?
What?
I can't wait to get it clean.
We can get it clean? What the freak? Are you okay? Do you need any water or anything?
I just need to.
Why is he walking like
I
that?
don't know, he looks like he's hurt or something.
This is just doing it.
What is he doing? He's getting close to you.
Oh, no.
What is he doing?
Ah! Guys, what the hell?
What is he? What is that? Is that a lint roller?
He's cleaning me, guys. What the freak? Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. He's cleaning me. He's like delinking my clothes.
Everything in this video makes me question humanity. This dude shows up in a creepy pillowcase mask and one shoe on to start cleaning right away. Now, I'm gonna make a real quick blanket statement. Slavery was horrible, is horrible, and it's one of the worst atrocities that can happen to a human being. When Jay has this guy show up and be creepingly enthusiastic, that's not just unbelievable, but it's also just awful. Imagine if you believed this video was real. It's just such a messed up concept that I don't know how you would comprehend what's going on. And honestly, you can't. If you didn't know that this was fake and you watched this, I don't want to know how that would mess you up. And then, looking at it from the perspective of knowing that it's fake, why is the guy dressed like that? Jay's costume budget must be like nothing, especially when you consider how much effort went into the actual website that they made, like the fake website. They wrote little descriptions, they took pictures, they laid it out like it looked like a real website, and they didn't put any effort into the costume. Like, it's kind of creepy that they put so much effort into the website, because I don't want to say it, and you know, it's my opinion, but I think that they might have had a little bit too much fun making that website, writing those descriptions. It's a little concerning that the only real effort went into writing descriptions of, you know, slaves. But on a more lighthearted note, let's just take a break from the serious stuff to just imagine how Jay got anybody to agree to all this. Is the guy in the mask, is that one of his friends, or did he put up like a Craigslist post looking for an actor? Can you imagine what the Craigslist post would have said? Because I cannot imagine any way that Jay could have phrased this that would have made literally anybody apply to play this role. It's just ridiculous. Of course, unless he said, like, I'll give you tons of cash for doing this. Maybe he paid the guy the $10,000 he was pretending to spend. I don't know. But that's the only way I could think anybody would play this, if you gave him a ton of money, because I just don't see why anybody would take it otherwise. I mean, on one side of YouTube, we got people like Mr. Beast and David Dobrik giving out cash to their friends and cars, and even in Mr. Beast's case, houses to people who deserve it. And on the other end, we have ImJayStation. It's one hell of a contrast, and don't worry, the worst part of the video is yet to come.
Dude,
Why is he acting like that? What is this feeling around his
I don't know, man.
Is it real?
I don't know. He's just cleaning. He's acting so weird. He's talking about your kidneys.
We're screaming out. We should just kick him out. I don't think we need him. Just kick him out.
Dude, we need to set him free, dude.
He's too messed up, bro. He's not normal at all.
Well, bro, like, he's here. He wants to clean. We might as well just, like, make him clean stuff for us before we set him free.
Okay, I guess that's a good idea. I think we should get him to clean the entire house and then make it something to eat.
That's a good idea, bro. We might as well get our money's worth. He was expensive.
Yeah, exactly. $10,000 was really expensive. And then we'll set him free.
Okay.
Yep, you heard that right. Even though they're both, quote, against slavery, they still are gonna make the guy do housework and make food for them before setting him free. Now, the whole point of this video is that they were gonna do this to set him free and do all sorts of good stuff for people. But they're gonna make the guy work for him first. So, do you know what that's called? That's right, it's called slavery. You can't be against it and then still use it just because you paid for it. Like, that's a ridiculous concept. So ridiculous that I don't even want to show the rest of this video. And honestly, I hope you guys don't blame me for not showing the rest of it, but let me give you a little synopsis of what happens. The guy is really creepy. He walks around, he makes some sandwiches, he cleans the house, you know, he tries to kidnap ImJayStation's friend, and then he escapes, you know, just typical YouTube content, just stuff you see everywhere, all over the channel. I think Casey Neistat might have made a video like that a while back. Disclaimer, he did not. I just don't understand why they thought this was a good idea to put on their YouTube channel. It's ridiculous, and I don't know. I know that you guys can already tell why I think that this is probably one of the worst videos on the entire platform, but if we take a closer look into the video itself, at the time of writing, this video has over 800,000 views and over 30k likes. Even with so many eyes on this video, it's not age restricted. And given ImJayStation's other type of content consists of various characters from children's shows and culture doing stereotypical bad YouTube video things like 3 a.m. calls and, well, actually, it's mostly 3 a.m. content with some dark web stuff mixed in. But we can assume that ImJayStation has a fairly young audience, and that makes that really concerning to me because of, well, actually, I'm sure you guys know why it's concerning to me. I don't know how to put it into words, but yeah, I just don't know why he made this video. I really hope that other people don't copy ImJayStation on this one because it's so absurd and it's definitely not okay. On top of that, I know Jay continuously said that he was against slavery. In this case, to me at least, it's kind of like he was in a casino and he was putting all of his money on red, and then he turned to his friends and went, you know, I don't support gambling, right? Because, in my opinion, if he doesn't support slavery, then he should probably not have made this video where he makes somebody a slave. I mean, he has 5 million subscribers, then there were multiple people in this video. I can't imagine that nobody told him this was a bad idea. I just don't see why anybody would ever make a video like this. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and as always, don't go after or harass anybody mentioned in this video. That's just uncalled for. If you liked the video though, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Let me know down below if you agree with me that this is the literal worst video on all of YouTube right now. See you in the next one, and God bless you.